What is poppin', Faith family? It is your girl Faith here, back at it again with another video. And no, this is not a reaction once again because you guys said you wanted to see more content from me. Also, more just things for me in general, just regular things like giving advice and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you advice on, as you could tell by the title, high school. Anybody that is a freshman going into high school, trying to make it out here in these streets when it comes to learning what people to hang around, what people not to hang around, who you should date, who you shouldn't date, who you should consider a lifelong friend, and somebody who's just there just to waste your time. By the way, can we mention the fact that I got on a Tupac shirt? Legendary, right? Absolutely love this shirt. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. Don't mind my grill. I had just put this in because, like, just because I'm about to take it out so y'all can hear me. I'm sorry, y'all. It take a while. Okay, but we about to get into this. Nah, that's a lot better. The first, you guys, 5 tips. First thing, walking into high school, stay folk. Oh my God, I don't know how many times I could preach this to anybody, but stay focused. Do not let anybody get you unfocused from what you're there to do. You're meant to go to high school to finish, period. Like, you're meant to go to high school so you can either move on to college or just move on and move up in life, period. As a freshman, when they tell you your freshman year is the worst and the most intense moment of your life, that's what they mean. That's the stage you try to figure out what group of friends you should hang around, what you should do after school, what sports you want to play, if you should finish your homework at a certain amount of time. Like, that is literally the most critical moment. And that's when they mean that. At first, when I was a freshman, I was so hard-headed, bro. I was so hard-headed. I did not care what anybody had to say when it came to finishing homework or making sure that I paid attention, got my grades right all my freshman year. I didn't listen at all, and I regretted it my senior year because little did I know that I was going to tear my ACL dead in the middle of high school and miss 1 to 2 months of school. Completely messed up my entire record completely. And my senior year, I had to make up for it. Not saying that's the excuse as to why that messed it up, but it's a part of the excuse as to why I kind of messed that up. But my freshman year, I was hard-headed. I still got good grades. I still was paying attention. I was still getting my work done. I was still playing sports. Like, I was still doing what I wanted to do, pretty much, but still getting what I had to get done in order to pass. If you get what I'm saying. Like, I was passing, but I wasn't passing with flying colors. Like, I wasn't passing as a straight A student. So my freshman year was hell. I was figuring out who was my real friends, who was my fake friends. I was figuring out if I really wanted to finish my homework or not. I was figuring out if I really wanted to play sports or if I really didn't want to play sports. I was such a procrastinator that my senior year was hell. It was hell because I didn't listen. Like, I didn't listen to the people or the teachers or my principal, that people who was telling me, like, you need to take your freshman year very serious because your senior year you will regret not taking your freshman year serious. So that's tip number 1. Take your freshman year very serious. Take it more serious than your senior year, because your senior year could be one of the easiest years of high school or one of the worst. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, hang around people that are going to benefit you when it comes to school. I get it. We want to hang out with our friends. We got sleepovers. We get in these groups. We get in these people that we hang around on a normal basis. But people switch up on a daily basis. Meaning the people you may thought that you came all the way from elementary all the way up to high school with, by the time your senior year comes, y'all probably ain't even going to be speaking. You ain't even going to be like cool with that person no more. So meaning, be very careful of who you hang around and who you let hang around your real friends. If you know your real friends the way you say you know them, make sure that the people who are trying to intercede into what you and that other person have is trying to benefit you and that other other person, not trying to benefit themselves and also mess up your relationship between you and the other person as well. And also, on that second note, don't talk behind nobody back. Like, I'm giving y'all the real of what high school is like. People want to sugarcoat they tips on high school, so-called tips that's really not helping. But this is something that's really gonna help y'all. Do not talk behind nobody back. Don't interfere with rumors. Don't interfere with he say, she say, because I promise you, the moment you interfere with he say, she say is the moment your high school career is gonna be completely messed up. It's gonna traumatize you, because it can literally take you from 0 to 100 real quick, especially if this he say or she say is about a person who always is in some mess. Don't talk behind nobody back. If you got anything to say to anybody, say it to their face. Don't say it behind their back. Say what you got to say up front, so you could be like, hey, this is my point, this is where I'm coming from, I ain't trying to start no drama, so anything that comes up, keep me out of it. Don't even come tell me. Come tell somebody else, but just don't even come tell me. I got that clue around between my sophomore and junior year, to like, when you got some drama, don't come and tell me, because I listen, but you ain't gonna get no feedback. Like, you ain't about to hear me say, oh yeah girl, I agree with, no, heck no, because I did not want nobody coming up to me saying, oh, you said da 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 da, and you said da 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 da. That's too much. It's too much in high school. Much. So that's tip number 2. Whatever you got to say it up front. Let people know you ain't about that drama, and keep it pushing, so they'll know your intentions from jump. Third, who you date. Listen, in high school, son, I don't recommend date. Do not date in high school. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all like, this is the prime, this is the moment my parents will finally accept the fact that I can actually date in high school, because I hadn't reached a certain age limit and da 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 da. But this is also the moment that boys or girls can distract you from the reason you're in high school in the first place. You didn't go to high school to meet cute boys. I mean, you did, but they can become a friend and then later on become a boyfriend. But I'm telling you, you get into a relationship in high school, it will F your life up, especially if you so-called end up falling in love with them. You can literally, I know this from experience, y'all. I ain't talking out the side of my butt. Like, this is true. You get into a relationship in high school, you can get distracted from doing homework. You can get distracted from being around your real friends. You can actually lose friends being in a relationship. This is no cap. You can lose friends by being in a relationship in high school. So because all your attention will stray away from your homework, your activities, the fun things you like to do on weekends with your friends. All of that will be extracted because you call yourself falling in love with some person that you think deserves all your time, and they really don't. So make sure you know the difference between the two. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a friend or hanging out with somebody every now and again that you have feelings for, but don't make that commitment to the point where you think in the back of y'all head at the end of this, y'all gonna get married. I mean, you can still get married, just wait after high school. I know it's a little measly 4 years, don't worry about it. I know you're probably looking like, what the hell, 4 years? Yes, 4 years, don't worry about it. Measly little 4 years, okay? This years you ain't even gonna wish you want it back. So just leave it there. It's gonna help you later on in life. Trust me, take my advice. That's the third one. Watch who you date and make sure you don't date during high school. Period. Okay. Number 4. I think number 5. No, that was number 3, right? I don't know which one we on. We on 4 or 5. I'm gonna give y'all an extra bonus one just in case I messed up. Study. Make sure you study. Make sure you're focused when you do certain things, or like on your free time. When you have free time in between the times, like between school and home and the next day coming up, if you have a lot of free time in between that time, do not procrastinate on studying. Do not procrastinate on if you should retake a test or just take a test after school because all your friends is going to the game and you don't want to go take a test while everybody at the game enjoying themselves. Everybody at the game because they didn't took care of business and you haven't. No, by experience. So make sure you take care of what you have to take care of, so at the last minute you ain't trying to take care of it and then you trying to figure out on whether you passed or not because you wanted to be with a group of friends who already had their business done and you ain't even took care of what you needed to take care of. So make sure you stay focused on studying or making up any assignments that you need to make up. Last but not least, be yourself, okay? And what I mean by that, do not let anybody in your space that is going to tell you, hey, I think you should fix this about your face. I think you should fix this about your hair. I think you should fix this about your clothes. I think you should fix this about just the way you look. Like, no, like don't let anybody in your circle who is coming to your face saying you should fix this, that, and the third. There's nothing on you that needs to be fixed unless you think it should be fixed in your own head. Once you think that something should be fixed your doggone self, okay, fix it. Do what you have to do. But if there's nothing that needs to be fixed on you and you know there's nothing that needs to be fixed, don't let other people come in your circle and tell you what you need to change about yourself. Because the one thing you may love about yourself that's out of the ordinary from everybody else, that's the one thing that somebody can change you just by their stupid opinion. Okay? And that's what high school is full of. Stupid opinions, ignorant people, childish kids, and people who are barely matured. Period. So if you are one of those people who feel like you mind your own business, you make sure you stay to yourself, you dress how you want to dress, you talk how you want to talk, you are you the entire time, don't worry about who should like you and who shouldn't. Because at the end of the day, the one thing you're going to regret is changing yourself for somebody who didn't even care about you in the first place in a genuine matter. So always be yourself, love yourself, make sure that high school is a year that excites you, that makes you want to be more adventurous, and that also keeps you to involving yourself and put more effort into yourself, and makes you realize that you are the most important thing there is in this moment in time in your life. So take very good care of yourself. I love y'all. If you're a freshman going into high school, I hope this helped you a lot. Even if you aren't a freshman, I hope this helped you in your junior, sophomore, senior year. But yeah, I love y'all. I know it's a lot of y'all out here in high school that watch me, so I hope this helped. I love y'all, and I will see y'all later. Hashtag fake family in them comments. We coming at it. Another reaction will be coming up, y'all. Don't worry. I got y'all.